Hello and welcome back, fellow daydreamers. Today, as part of a series of posts I've been doing on decision making, I'm going to do one that I've entitled Decision Making, the Cure or Cause of Overwhelm and Anxiety. For example, have you ever felt paralyzed by choices, not sure what to do next? Or perhaps making a decision brought relief and clarity, allowing you to move forward with confidence? Because decision making can be both the cause and the cure for overwhelm and anxiety, depending on how we approach it. So what I want to do now is explore how the decision making process can either fuel anxiety or alleviate it, diving into everyday scenarios, bit of psychological research, and the usual timeless wisdom from famous thinkers. By understanding the mechanics of decision making, we can take control of our choices and mental well-being, and hopefully we can find a way to do this. So beginning by breaking it down a little on how decision making can cause overwhelm or anxiety. The root of decision anxiety is something to look at. One could be too many options, the overload of choices. Because modern life, our everyday life, offers endless options. From picking a Netflix show to choosing a career path. Now, while having choices can be empowering, too many options can create choice overload, a phenomenon studied by psychologist Barry Schwartz in The Paradox of Choice. He found that more options often lead to indecision, regret, and dissatisfaction. An everyday example of this is imagine scrolling through dozens of shows on a streaming service, only to end up watching nothing because you couldn't choose. This is a classic case of being overwhelmed by too many possibilities. In Schwartz's research, he shows that limiting our options or setting clear criteria can reduce decision fatigue and then increase satisfaction. Another root of decision anxiety is the fear of making the wrong decision. Fear of failure, regret, or judgment often keeps people from making decisions altogether. This is called decisional procrastination, where avoiding a choice feels safer than risking a poor outcome. For example, maybe you've been offered a job in another city, but hesitate to accept because of the uncertainty involved. What if you hate the new environment or struggle in the role? This fear-driven paralysis can lead to missed opportunities and lingering anxiety. Avoiding a decision can create more anxiety than facing its consequences, and it's summed up very nicely in a quote by Tony Robbins that indecision is often worse than the wrong decision. Now, a third root of decision anxiety is perfectionism and control. Perfectionists often struggle with decision making because they fear anything less than a perfect choice. They try to control every variable, leading to endless research, second-guessing, and self-criticism. For example, you're planning a vacation, but obsess over finding the perfect destination, perfect accommodation, and perfect itinerary. So what was supposed to be an exciting experience becomes stressful and overwhelming. Some insight into this through recent research shows that psychologists suggest embracing a mindset called satisficing, settling for good enough instead of chasing perfection. Making a good enough decision can reduce stress and boost happiness. So on the flip side of this, let's look at how decision making can cure anxiety. That while decision making does create anxiety, it can also be the key to relieving it when approached mindfully. For example, recognizing the need for a decision. Avoiding decisions often cause more anxiety than making them. Recognizing that a choice must be made is the first step toward gaining control. For example, your work-life balance is suffering maybe due to constant overtime. So acknowledging that something needs to change, whether asking for fewer hours or finding a new job, is the first step towards a resolution. Awareness thus creates the space to make thoughtful decisions, rather than staying stuck in anxiety. The first step towards change is awareness. That was a quote by Nathaniel Branden. A second thought on how decision-making might cure anxiety is about gathering information, because anxiety thrives on uncertainty. Gathering information helps reduce uncertainty and can build confidence in your ability to make an informed choice. Take a real-life example. Maybe you're unsure whether to pursue further education. So researching programs, talking to people you know that have done the course, or professors or ex-students, and exploring career paths can clarify your options, making the decision less daunting. A bit of insight from research in this shows that cognitive behavioural therapists often recommend listing facts, pros and cons to combat catastrophic thinking, where people imagine worst-case scenarios. A third point on decision-making helping ease or cure anxiety is about evaluating options. Now, evaluating options involves considering potential outcomes and consequences, while accepting that no decision is risk-free. Thoughtfully weighing possibilities can ease anxiety by shifting focus from fear to problem solving. Imagine a big decision, like you're considering ending a long-term relationship, but you fear being alone. Evaluating your emotional needs, the relationship dynamics, and future goals can help you make a decision based on clarity, not fear. William James said the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. So focusing on what you can control reframes anxiety and turns it into an opportunity for growth. Now, a fourth point is choosing and acting when thinking how decision-making can help ease or cure anxiety, because action is the ultimate cure for decision-related anxiety. Even imperfect decisions bring closure, allowing you to learn, adapt, and move forward. Imagine after a few months of debating, you decide to pursue a career change. Taking that first step, whether applying for a course or connecting with mentors, shifts anxiety into empowerment. Neuroscientist Antonio Damasio found that action-based decision-making activates reward pathways in the brain, reducing anxiety and increasing motivation. So here's a few tips based on that, practical tips on how to manage decision anxiety quickly and efficiently as you're standing there now. Set a time limit. Give yourself a deadline to prevent endless deliberation. Use the 5-5-5 rule. Ask yourself, how will this decision affect me in 5 minutes, 5 months, 5 years? Limit options. Reduce decision fatigue by narrowing choices to a few meaningful options. Practice self-compassion. Allow room for mistakes and learn from them. It's okay. It's okay. And then take small steps. Break these big decisions into smaller, more manageable steps and create a route and a pathway that you can visualize to get in there. So finally, just embrace the power of choice. Decision making can either paralyze us with anxiety or, most importantly, set us free through action. By recognizing when a decision is needed, gathering relevant information, evaluating options, and acting with purpose, you can transform uncertainty into clarity and into control. The philosopher of existentialism, Søren Kierkegaard, famously said, "Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards." So decisions shape our lives, even when the outcomes are uncertain. Trust the process, trust your process. Learn from every choice and remember, you have more power over your future than you think.